This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Hillary Clinton spoke to Christiane Amanpour on CNN the other day. I rushed through her name because it always flummoxes me. I always mess up the pronunciation. Christiane Amanpour. I think that was right. You'll tell me if it was wrong, I'm sure. And the right clanged to. I just got my COVID vaccine and flu shot all at the same time yesterday afternoon, and I'm a little woozy. So forgive me. But she was on with CNN, Christiane Amanpour, and the right attached themselves to one particular thing that she was saying. It's not necessarily untrue. I talk about the Trump, the support network around Donald Trump being a cult all the time. It's fact. It's true. It lines up with the definition, the denotative description of what a cult is, without a doubt. And Hillary Clinton made an offhand comment about maybe we'll have to formally deprogram or something. So this isn't just the clip, if you've seen it, that's just on Twitter. This is a little bit longer to give you a fuller context of what she's talking about. And then I'm going to play for you a clip of Fox First Don Jr. taking it to the next level, that they're going to have to, if you vote for Democrats, they're going to send your uncle to a re-education program like in China or the Soviet Union. Then we're going to have Kayleigh McEnany talking about the same kind of thing, and Tommy Lahren. And then we're going to talk about all of the things that get ignored by conservatives that Donald Trump says on a daily basis that are orders of magnitude worse than saying members of a cult need to be deprogrammed. First, here's Hillary Clinton saying what she said. We'll talk about it. I'll be critical of it. And then we'll move on.
Well, you saw the number of Republicans who voted along with Democrats to keep the government open. So there's clearly a common sense, sane part of the Republican caucus in the House. But I think they are intimidated. They oftentimes, say and do things which they know better than to say or do. And it will require us defeating those most extreme measures and the people who promote them in order to try to get to some common ground where people can, again, work together. That's the way it used to be. I mean, we had very strong partisans in both parties in the past, and we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
And how do you saw at the end there, Christiane Amanpour laughing. Two things I disagree with about what she said. One, that there is some sane faction of the Republican Party. She's being gracious. She's offering as much fairness and charity to the Republican Party as I've seen anybody offer them. It's still the establishment Democrat in her. The calling back to earlier times in her career where she could work with even the Newt Gingriches of the world. She's wrong about that. I believe she's wrong. Secondly, I would say that this is something that didn't need to be said by her. She knows she's a lightning rod for conservatives and Republicans everywhere. They're still banging on about Hillary Clinton as though they're running against her. And she's a private citizen. A private citizen. She's not a candidate anywhere, nor will she be ever again. But she's still a lightning rod. So was this a mistake on her part? Yeah, I think so. Is it huge? Oh my God, well, I can't believe she did it. No, who cares? But leave the invectives, leave the cult talk to people like me. or even other high-ranking Democrats. But you, Hillary Clinton, are a monument of status in the Democratic Party and even to Republicans. You live rent-free in their tiny little cult brains. So maybe slow it down with the cult talk. You're not wrong, but we knew the outcome. And here, in this very brief, fewer than 20-second clip, is Don Jr. telling Eric Bolling, dick pic extraordinaire host on Newsmax, that if you vote for Democrats, the next thing that's going to happen is your uncle is going to be shipped away to re-education camps. Watch this.
This is now mainstay language within the Democrat Party. If you vote for Democrats in 2024, you are literally voting to send your friends, maybe your conservative uncle, to the re-education camps in time.
You're literally, he said, if you vote for Democrats in 2024, you're literally voting to send your uncle or your friends to re-education camps. Spoken like a true moron, Cokie McGee, Donald Trump Jr. On Fox News, Kayleigh McEnany and Tomi Lahren, the Brain Trust, they got together on the Outnumbered, the weird show with the circle couch and the one dude in the middle. And they waxed. Idiot is what they waxed about this particular topic. Get a load of these two morons really getting to the bottom of Hillary Clinton's remarks.
You expect to hear this in the Soviet Union, in communist China, and third world country dictatorships, but not here in the United States.
She is still so bitter about 2016, and that's landing, that she is so upset, so jaded that she lost. She just cannot accept it. But the bigger question here, we know how Hillary feels. I don't think any of us are shocked that she said this. It's got dangerous implications. It's insulting. It's condescending. We know that. We expect it from Hillary. What I don't understand is why the Democrat Party is allowing her to go out and speak on behalf of the Democrat Party. It does nothing for them. It's horrible. The basket of deplorables comment could actually be one of the main reasons why she lost, among many others, in 2016. She really fired up Trump supporters with that. So why the Democrats would continue to parade her out, I just don't understand. She might be the only woman that is less likable than Kamala Harris. So it's time to maybe put her in the basement with Biden. Stop parading her out. She does well for the Republican cause, but for Democrats, I'm not so sure that Hillary's the winner.
Completely agree. You know, Tammy, she's uniquely poor at disguising how she really feels, but this is bigger than Hillary.
There's really not much that needs to be said here. Invoking the Soviet Union, dictatorships, communist China, third world countries, the worst of the worst. And then Tomi Lahren with her acting as though Hillary Clinton is not an autonomous person with a mind of her own and an agency in and of herself to choose what interviews she does. Like she's being paraded out. She has no ability to say no or yes about what she does. She's a private citizen. She's not controlled by the Democratic Party. Democrats allowing her to go out as though they own her. And what's interesting about this and the Don Jr. clip is the fact that, and there's many others out there, but is the fact that they ignore all of the insane things Donald Trump says, calling for the execution of the former Joint Chief of Staff, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, saying that shoplifters should be summarily executed by police officers with just a suspicion that they've stolen something. Don't go up and ask for a receipt. Don't go up and ask them. Just shoot them on sight. And a litany of other insane things being talked about by the heavily favored candidate to become the Republican nominee for the presidency once again. You don't hear anybody saying anything about that. It's crickets. It is just silence. But if Hillary Clinton says something about the cult, oh my God, the world is going to end. Watch Jessica Tarlov, who is doing good work. I don't know why I slept on her for so long, because she is doing absolute bang-up work on that show, The Five, correcting the narrative and the nonsense and the lies and the propaganda being spewed by the other four morons. Watch Jessica Tarlov.
But I really need everyone to spare me the faux outrage and the pearl clutching about this. Little collection of things that Donald Trump and high-ranking Republicans call liberals on a daily basis: anarchists, anti-American, deranged, communists, corrupt, compromised, groomers and perverts, thugs and traitors. Now, she was explicit that she was talking about a subsection of the Republican Party the same way that Joe Biden is when he talks about this MAGA extremism. But you tell me, if the leader of the Democratic Party, so that would be Joe Biden, was facing 4 indictments with 91 felony counts, he had been found liable of sexually assaulting a woman and defaming her, that's E. Jean Carroll, guilty of fraud, sharing the nation's secrets, not only in the Mar-a-Lago indictment, but there was a report yesterday from ABC News that he had shared information about our nuclear submarine capacities with an Australian billionaire who's a member at Mar-a-Lago, who had then gone on and shared that with dozens of other people. Ended up making a purchase, I think, of 3 subs. It included specifics up to how many nuclear warheads they carry and how close they can get to Russian subs without being detected. And then I told you, so all of that is happening, and he's shooting up in the polls. And when you see those interviews of Trump supporters outside of the rallies, they're like, none of this is true. It's the big lie. He won the election, et cetera. And you wouldn't say to me, you guys are in a cult? It's actually tame, what Hillary Clinton was saying.
It doesn't get much more clear than that. The writing's on the wall. Hopefully there's some reasonable Fox News viewer who sees that and says, yeah, wow, that is a stark contrast, that they lose their minds about deprogramming talk, but strategically, conveniently ignore all of the autocratic, violent language coming out of Trump. Hillary Clinton has no power, not a candidate, not going to be in power, not a danger. She's not in the re-education camp czar. She's just a lady. Donald Trump, on the other hand, seeks power. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is looking to be president of the United States again, to gut the federal government, to fundamentally change our nation. And they ignore all of his dangerous talk. So save it, shut your mouths. No one wants to hear your nonsense. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail. Keep them brief, please. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. If you want to help support my work, help produce what we do here, help grow this operation, click the join button below. Look what's involved to becoming a channel member. For $1.99 a month, you can help support what we do here. You can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That is a great way to help support what we do. You can hit the super thanks button. You can buy some merch. You can subscribe. That's free. You can share this video. All of these are great ways to support what we do right here. Follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, all of them @Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Thievery and all. Maybe not. Hopefully not. Be genuine. Take care of one another.